There are not many stashes left at the running back position. There's not really many stashes left at all in fantasy football right now. The waiver wire is pretty much toast. We're grasping at straws right now from week to week. It's probably going to be ugly on the waiver wire from here on out, and we're really going to have to deep dive the players on there. But there's a guy who's sitting on waivers right now. He's a deep stash, but he's got a lot of upside due to his size and just athleticism, and he's on a roster that's very ambiguous that can turn and burn his way at a moment's notice, and he's going to be back from IR soon. And we're talking about Keaton Mitchell, running back of the Baltimore Ravens, and he's very electric, and he's in a situation where he could go off at any given moment for us fantasy football managers, and that's something you need to be interested in because he's a big-time stash right now, because at any given week, he could be going off. And we're going to go over the news, the facts, the data, the advanced stats to see whether or not you need him for fantasy football. But what you do need to do, click that subscribe button with the finger on your phone, click of the mouse, whatever you need to do to get it done, because we're doing these deep dives every single day. We're going over player lists that you could be getting on waivers, helping you with those trades, helping you set those lineups, and everything else. Hit that button. Stop missing out. Let's talk about Keaton Mitchell here real quick. So, Sleeper just busted out loose today on Twitter saying Keaton Mitchell is eligible to be active off IR next week. When he's back, we don't know for sure. They might let him dangle a little bit, but he should be back pretty soon. Should be back next week. Should be back. And the thing about that is this depth chart at the running back position for the Ravens has been off and on, not just this year, but last year. This running back depth chart is known for getting hit with injuries. I don't know why. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory. Maybe it's the conditioning team. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something with the team. But this running back depth chart gets hit with a lot of injuries. The wide receivers have been hit with a lot of injuries this year. Keaton Mitchell is stepping into a situation where if one running back rolls their ankle or has a bad game, he's getting some touches. He's getting some opportunity. And they may throw him out there just because they need to shake things up, because he's got speed. And we're going to talk about that here today. But he's from East Carolina, and he's been productive at least the last couple years of his collegiate career. 1,400 yards last year, 1,100 yards a year prior, 14 touchdowns last year. Look at the yards after contact per attempt. That's pretty juicy. 3.26 during his sophomore season, 3.6 during his junior year. 75 missed tackles forced, and he's getting yards after contact. He's getting extra yards. He's got some pop in his step. So if he breaks away, he's going to break away for a long gain. 3.29 yards after contact per attempt on his career, because he's explosive. He's elusive. That's something you want out of your stash running back. A guy that can hit the hole, get the ball on the outside in open space, and can house it, because that means he's got upside. He's got a lot of it. And he's in a situation here where Lamar Jackson's going to open things up in the running game, and he's not going to get a ton of carries, but all he needs is a couple, and he's going off. And looking at the draft capital here, there's not much here. Fell out of draft, went to the Ravens. The one thing about that, being a UDFA in the 2023 draft class is a lot different than any other draft class, because this was a deep draft class at the running back position. A lot of running backs fell in the draft because of that, due to economic supply and demand. There was a lot of supply at running back. There's not a huge demand for running back because it's a position that you can swap in and out. 5'8", 179 pounds. Not ideal size, but for redraft, from a game-to-game thing, it doesn't really matter. You're just hoping to get fantasy points on the whim here. 4.37 speed. Explosive, too. 88th percentile burst score. This is a guy that if he gets the ball on the outside, sees the crease, he's going to get you a big gain, and he's going to be dangerous. This might be what Lamar Jackson needs, a fast back like this. This might be what he needs to have that explosiveness out of the backfield to compare with him. And now defenses don't know what to do. And this could be an added weapon. We don't know. This is a running back we got to see materialize in his offense. But this offense is really hurting at the running back position right now because we're looking at Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, Melvin Gordon, and this isn't looking great. Justice Hill was out last week. Melvin Gordon got carries last week. Gus Edwards led the team in carries last week by 1. And it's been off and on with these guys since J.K. Dobbins has been out. This is not the greatest show on turf right now at the running back position. Very ambiguous. This means opportunity over the long term for Keaton Mitchell. All he needs is one shot here, and he could really prove himself. A lottery ticket here with a ton of upside. Now, I'm saying lottery ticket because you got to know what you're getting into here. Because he is a young running back going into an offense. He may not get opportunity off the bat, but if he does hit, he's going to hit big. The thing about this offense, they run 66 plays a game, 34 run plays a game. Lamar Jackson has a lot of that, but still the running backs are getting some opportunity here. Gus Edwards has 29 attempts. Justice Hill has 19 attempts. You're seeing this workload get dispersed, get moved around a little bit. These running backs are also in and out of the lineup. You got Kenyon Drake there. But they kept Keaton Mitchell for a reason, and that's because they like him. He looks good. He's explosive. He gives a different dynamic compared to these other backs. Justice Hill is an explosive running back, but does not have the home run hitting speed that you get from a Keaton Mitchell. So this could be something different they throw out there this season. Could be middle of the year, end of the year, whenever, and he pops off. Might not happen, but it's a lottery ticket nonetheless. You need him because you need a stash. There's really not many players out there to stash. If you're going to pick him up now, pick him up soon. Because when he hits, it's going to be big. And it could be a big thing because these running backs have not been doing anything. These running backs need to do something or they're going to start plugging away with these other running backs. This could be a Keaton Mitchell offense right now. He has the opportunity here to do so. These running backs are not world beaters. So he could get that opportunity. You don't need him because you don't have the space. You don't need to stash anybody. You don't want to wait on a rookie. You think it's going to be up and down. You don't trust it. You don't want a lottery ticket. You want something stable. You want some stable coin there. That makes sense. But you need to know what you're getting into. This is a lottery ticket that could go boom. If you have space for it, great. If you don't, I understand. Go with what you need for your roster. Maybe you drafted really well and you do not have much room. Maybe you're hurting and you need that stash. And that stash play that hits can turn your team around from being a middle-of-the-road team, bottom-of-the-road team, to being one of the top dogs in your league. Maybe that stash play hits, you turn your season around. That's what we're talking about here. Not for everybody, but it is for somebody. But let me know what you think about Keaton Mitchell down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Catch you on the next video.